The Young and the Restless spoilers. Sharon stages Phyllis accident. Way to permanently silence rival without dubitation. Braeden admits to crying over rebuilt Newman Ranch set. Details on Victor's surprise for Nikki. Chance apprehensions Daniel as Phyllis shrieks and fights. Greetings to all Young and the Restless fans. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sharon Newman will have to settle on a strategy to stop Phyllis Summers from exposing her. Sharon lately decided she demanded to deal with Phyllis ever, but she hasn't figured out the details yet. Cameron Kirsten may pitch in when it comes to brainstorming and nailing down exactly how to end Phyllis' trouble. Of course, it would be all kinds of suspicious if Sharon did commodity like Bane Phyllis. That was the original plan with Daniel Romalotti Jr., but Sharon couldn't go through with it in the end. Cameron may missed out that Sharon could go through with poisoning Phyllis moreover and argue that it draw too important attention anyway. It's possible Sharon could compass another stairwell spill for Phyllis like the bone that put her in a coma times a gun. But that could raise questions too. Sharon doesn't need the Bobbies to be reminded of her history with Phyllis if she's going to wipe her off the chart. It seems like Sharon's stylish bet would be to carry some kind of accident that can't be traced back to her. What Sharon needs is a way to permanently silence her rival without dubitation being thrown in her direction. Sharon might do commodity like mess with the thickets on Phyllis Auto or commodity along those lines. Maybe Sharon could hope that the Bobbies just assume it was simply a woeful accident and don't probe the vehicle too nearly. Also again, perhaps there's some other way for Sharon to take Phyllis out of the picture without pointing the cutlet at herself. Anyhow, Sharon has resolved to handle Phyllis and will get some redundant provocations soon enough. Daniel's arrest will leave Phyllis reeling and make her indeed more determined to clear his name. Phyllis will be working hard to prove Sharon is shamefaced, so Sharon may work just as hard to end her trouble for good. Our Young and the Restless prognostications allude that Sharon's sweats won't go according to plan, so stay tuned for updates on all the tricky news ahead. Although Phyllis will survive whatever Sharon has in store, you can go further dramas brewing. The Young and the Restless. Braeden admits to crying over rebuilt Newman Ranch set. Details on Victor's surprise for Nikki. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that the show's gearing up for a major corner that's clearly worth celebrating. Young and the Restless will stage its 13,000th occasion on November 13, which is also Abby Newman, Abbott's birthday, and the marriage date she's named with Devin Hamilton. Winters. Of course, there's been a lot of talk about the secret venue for Devin and Abby's espousal. Victor Newman is keeping a tight lid on the position of this marriage form, but there's a good reason why. It turns out Victor has been cooking up a huge surprise for Nikki Newman. Victor is intimately having their original home rebuilt, which is why he's been so reticent to unmask anything to Abby. Still, also it would spoil the fun of giving Nikki this unanticipated awful gift. If Victor admitted that's where he plans for Abby and Devin to wed, we wouldn't ask too numerous questions about how Nikki managed to avoid seeing construction on the Newman property. The estate is enough ginormous, so we'll just assume Victor was suitable to keep her off that particular patch of land. Whatever the case, Victor will show off the finished house with a big reveal on November 8 according to Deadline. We'll see Victor unveil his amazing present, which Nikki will be over the moon about. That'll set the stage for Devin and Abby to have the marriage of their dreams, so we've no doubt that Abby will gush over it being the perfect position. As for Braeden, he admitted he cried when he sat on the rebuilt Newman estate after it was completed. The old set was discarded after Sharon Newman burned down the original home in 2012, but Braeden easily approves of the recreation. So I came by and I sat there and I said, wow. I was actually moved to gashes because it was so long coming, you know? Eric Braeden said in Deadline's behind the scenes videotape. Melody Thomas Scott could also be seen getting tearful in the clip since she's wanted the set back for so long. It's clear that both Braeden and Scott are feeling thankful about how the show's picking to recognize Young and the Restless history. Young and the Restless next week spoilers chants Apprehensions Daniel as Phyllis shrieks and fights the Young and the Restless coming week spoilers see chants Chancellor sliding bind on Daniel Romalotti and his mama, Phyllis Summers, enthusiasms and tries to stop it. The week of October 28, November 1 promises major plot developments on Young and the Restless. The Young and the Restless Amy Lewis returns. Diane's vengeance plot unfolds on Young and Restless. Amy Lewis returns, a character from the distant history. She'll be played by Valerie Pettiford. Amy shows up on Nate Hastings' doorstep, and she thanks him for seeing her again. So she says it's been a long time since she's been in Geno City. She has a once connection to Nate's father, Nathan Sr. Therefore, suckers wonder what her purpose is on the Young and the Restless. Diane Jenkins is in a delicate situation. Last week, she was thrown out of the Abbott mansion and fired from Jabot. She sits down at Nikki Newman and Victor Newman's table. On Friday, she revealed her plan to make Jack Abbott pay. She wants to cheapen their son, Kyle Abbott. Diane thinks seeing Kyle fail intimately will hurt Jack deeply, and she wants both father and son to feel the pain she did. Victor heeded to Diane's vengeance plan, and Nikki's isn't happy about it, so it leads to issues between the power couple. That takes us into Young and the Restless spoilers for coming week. Nikki goes to see Jack. She's upset his sobriety will fail because of the split. Jack assures Nikki he might have lost his woman and son, but he's sober. She's doubtful it'll stick and reminds him how fluently sobriety can be lost on Young and the Restless. Young and the Restless spoilers Daniel arrested, and iconic ranch house rebuilt for Abby and Devon's marriage coming week on Young and the Restless. Spoilers confirm Daniel Romalotti's arrest. As Chance reads Daniel his Miranda rights, Phyllis freaks out, and she screams at Chance for railroading her son. Christine Blair Williams arrives to break the awful moment, and she announces that she's there to represent Daniel. Phyllis has a rough history with Christine, but she's glad justice is there. The Young and Restless suckers know the real malefactor is Sharon Newman, who also framed Daniel. Hopefully, Christine can save him, but it looks like an arrest is ineluctable, and, unfortunately, Phyllis may be in peril for spreading her proposition of Sharon's guilt. Also, Victor Newman intimately rebuilt the iconic estate house. You may recall Sharon burned it down in 2012. The repaired set will appear on the November 8th occasion of The Young and the Restless, and it'll be the venue for a beautiful form. Abby Newman and Devon Hamilton's marriage happens there, and that happens on the Cleaner's 13,000th occasion on November 13th. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.